Hi, this is Mato. In this video I will introduce to you the Slav Defense. Slav Defense has a reputation as one of Black's strongest answers to d4, and in this video, in this lecture, we are going to have a look into Slav Defense from Black's point of view. So it is d4, d5, c4 and c6. Very modest start for such a great opening. Now White can capture the pawn on d5. This is called exchange variation. Black would capture back with the pawn. Now knight to f3, knight to f6. So these are the most played moves by both sides in the exchange variation, but they are not the only moves. Bishop to f5, e3, e6, bishop to d3, bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, bishop to d6. Black can play also bishop to e7, but with bishop d6 he also equalized. So Black achieved equality. Now if White wants to play more ambitiously, he would play knight to f3, and then Black would continue with knight to f6, knight to c3. If Black plays e6, this is now different opening called semi-Slav, but we are interested in Slav defense in this lecture. So pawn takes pawn on c4, and have a good look at this position. We are going to come back to this position 7 times. We'll examine 7 continuations by White in this position. The most popular way to continue is to play a4. In that case, Black doesn't play b5. He would play bishop to f5, and after e3, e6, bishop takes on c4, bishop to b4. Now castling kingside, knight from b to d7, queen to e2. White wants to push the pawn to e4, and also queen made room for the rook on d1. Bishop to g6, e4, Black castled, and Black is doing fine in this variation. Okay, going back to our starting position. Second most popular move in this position is e3. If White plays e3, the best way to continue is with b5, and after a4, b4, knight is under attack. Knight can go to b1 or a2. Knight to a2 is more popular. And now e6, bishop takes on c4, bishop to e7, castling kingside, queen to e2, bishop to b7, rook to d1, a5, bishop to d2, knight from b to d7, and Black is doing fine. Going back to starting position again, and third most popular move is e4. In that case, b5 is also good move by Black, and after e5, knight doesn't go back, it goes in the center of the board, and after a4, e6. What would happen if pawn takes pawn? If pawn takes pawn, then knight takes on c3, and after White captures on c3, c takes on b5, and Black is even better. That's why in this position the most popular and the best move is knight to g5, even planning to bring queen to h5. That's why the best move is h6 to kick the knight back. But White doesn't go to f3, he goes to e4 with the knight. Now b4, knight to b1, bishop to a6, and Black is doing fine again. Going back to starting position, and now the fourth most popular move is knight to e5. In that case, b5 is not the best move. The best move is knight from b to d7, and after white captures with the knight on c4, b5 is the best move, and after knight to e3, bishop to b7, and black is doing fine again. Back to starting position. And fifth most popular move is g3. In that case, black should continue with e6, bishop to g2, knight from b to d7, castling. b5 is the best move now, bishop to g5, but let's have a look at this move. Knight to g5, is this good? Bishop is attacking the pawn on c6. Black should play then knight to d5. What about if knight goes to e5? That looks good. Knight and bishop are attacking on c6. In that case, black should capture the knight on e5, and after white takes back, then knight goes to d5, and now black is even better. Okay, so that's why in this position, the best move for white is to play bishop to g5, pinning the knight, and then black would continue with bishop to b7, a4, and now queen to b6, supporting the pawn on b5 and one on c6, knight to e5, rook to d8, and now black is threatening to capture the knight on e5, and white couldn't take it back because pawn is pinned. That's why knight takes knight, rook takes knight, white capture the knight on f6, pawn takes on f6, e3 and h5, and black is doing fine in this variation too. Okay, going back to our starting position, and the sixth most popular move is bishop to g5. In that case, black should play again b5, and after e3, knight to d5 is the best move. Bishop to e2, knight to d7, castling kingside, queen to c7, queen to d2, and now knight from 7 to f6, queen to c2, e6, e4, knight is under attack, knight takes knight, b takes on c3, and black is doing fine again. Going back to starting position, we'll just have a look into the least popular move, and that's bishop f4, and after b5, black is doing fine, and bishop to f4 doesn't bring any advantage to white. Going back to our position and a quick recap. In case if a4 is played, bishop to f5 is the move. In case of knight to e5, then the best move is knight to d7, and going back, in case of g3, the best move is e6. Otherwise, you play b5. So just to show you again, if e3, then b5. If e4, then b5. If bishop to g5, then b5. And if bishop to f4, then b5 again. So this was just the introduction to Slav defense. We have only scratched the surface. If you think that this lecture was useful to you, please click on the like button below, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Bye for now.